What's going on, Duval County? We are back for my first time viewers. This is Forecast Jacksonville. We are the platform for creatives in Jacksonville, hand selected by me. I am going to unfortunately have to announce that at the moment I'm not accepting guests, like guest requests. If you hit me up and you ask to be on the podcast, there's a high chance I could deny that. I will reach out when I feel the time is right, when I feel like I want to talk to you, and that's going to cause the conversation to be better. But in the meantime, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, the number 4 CASTJACKSONVILLE. That's Forecast Jacksonville. And also remember, this podcast is brought to you by Savage at Peace. Make sure y'all follow Miguel at SAVAGEAT, the number 4 EACE_. So that's Savage at Peace. This podcast is brought to you by Savage at Peace. So make sure you're tapped in with him. And you're probably watching this on YouTube. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And on all of my posts, please like, comment, and bookmark them, so we can push it up in the algorithm and put Duval on the map. But anyways, man, this guest that I got right here, this is the go-to guy for me for juices. It really should be your go-to guy for juices as well. My guy puts a lot of thought and quality control into the juices. Without further ado, we got Kamryn Sheffield in the building. Did you want to put your full name out there? I don't.
Yes.
All right, cool. Name. Kamryn Sheffield. That's Pure Life Kam on Instagram, PURELIFKAM. Welcome back, brother.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm sorry we had to do this again.
No worries.
Due to losing the video from the last one.
It's always a pleasure. I'm not.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry at all. I'm happy to be back.
It's my dog, man, Kamryn. I've known him since
how long's it been, yo?
9th or 10th grade. And
I think
we 31.
Corsano. It was 9th. That's 9th.
No, I didn't have Corsano.
Okay, 10th then?
Hartley, yeah. I think Hartley might have been like, I might have known who you were, type shit, like C-Cam, but we didn't have a class together. Right. And then we had, I think we had Hartley together.
Shout out to Hartley.
Duh. Hey, I hate to do you like this, but I told you you got this like slight reminiscence of Hartley now, man. You got
his spirit lives in me.
Yeah, man. The curly hair with the glasses, bro. And the only thing you're missing is the elbows. Hey, that's my dog, man. Mr. Hartley. No, I love him, bro. But my dog, Mr. Hartley, had the little bold elbows, man. It used to kill me when my dog put his arm on somebody's desk in front of my face. Like, I'm just like, man, come on. Get that bit out, man. But yeah, man, tell the people about yourself, who you are, about your business.
Yeah, so I'm Kamryn Gerald Sheffield, my whole name. I represent my family. My father has my middle name. His name is Gerald, but you might know me around town. I'm a holistic naturopath. I'm also a chef, so I like to produce living foods, healthy foods for people, something that's going to help their consciousness, really, to help them be a better person. And it starts with me. I really have to take care of myself, so I already know if I can learn about this stuff, learn about holistic health, mental, emotional, spiritual, all the different kinds of health, physical, and I can optimize myself, then I'll be able to do that for my children, my brothers, help other people. So that's a huge passion of mine. But I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida, my hometown, 904. And I'm 30, about to be 31, Virgo life. If anybody cares about that, Sagittarius, influences are here too. So I love to travel. We might talk about that. But I love to study philosophy and go to different parts of the world and learn more about cultures and holistic health. That's really where it's at. Permaculture and helping the planet is important to me because I realize I'm a part of the planet, and taking care of that is taking care of me, and taking care of me is taking care of my family, and I feel like we're all family. So yeah, we'll get into it, but I'm Kam. I'm just doing me, holistic health thing.
Yeah. I like the like when you said that you have to also participate in it. You can't just be selling juice and telling people how to live a healthy life and you're not doing it. I feel like that works in all aspects. Like if I'm doing a podcast and I'm on episode 1 and I'm trying to help somebody, it's not going to really make sense. Now I'm on shit. I don't know. This is going to be like 17, maybe 18. So I feel like I could give some advice now. Yeah. Or same with like a music producer. Like you're not going to take advice from somebody who you don't see putting in the work type deal. Yeah. And I'll also say that when you wanted me to join the team, like you wanted me to join the Pure Life team, you told me like, hey bro, like you got to live this lifestyle though. Like if you're going to be on this team, and that's the only reason I haven't like committed to the lifestyle. If not, I'd be over there at Pure Life, man. We'd be running it up. But I completely respect it, bro. Like that, I think it's good. That's one thing with you too that I like about our friendship is like you put it on the table, and then if we like disagree, like it's not an argument. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, like I know what I know, you know what you know. Like that's cool. Like
yeah.
Holler at me if you want to know more on my end, like how I am. And I do that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm very avid and I believe in like eating quality sourced meat, like not factory farmed type shit.
Yeah.
And as we all know, I still have my issue with eating junk food and stuff like that. Shit, I had 2 Pop-Tarts last night. I had the first one, I put it in the toaster, and then I was like, damn, I want another one, but I was too lazy. I was a little high. I didn't want to heat it up, so I had the second one cold.
Which kind was it?
Strawberry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, I fuck with that shit. The last time I had Pop-Tarts was I tried the Apple Jacks, and that shit was trash.
Did you try the organic stuff too? Like,
I've had, what is it, Nature's Path? I think the cherry pomegranate.
Yeah.
I vibe with it. It's good. But my issue with all those companies is like most of them are bought out already.
Right.
So like do you know Rao's pasta sauce?
Yeah, ROW.
They just sold to Campbell's, bro. And Rao's was known for being like, I think they sold for like $2.5 billion. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I told my girl, I'm like, I would have sold. The $2 billion, I would have sold, bro. Fuck that, bro. I'll make another pasta sauce. Fuck that, bro. Like, $2 billion. Like, I'm not a super materialistic person, bro, but like, I would take just half of that money and like put it out into like charity, not Red Cross or anything like that. Like, I mean, like legit local charities and stuff like that. Help single mothers and shit like that. Clean up the communities, like whatever. Like I would definitely take even if I just want $1 million, bro. Like okay, I don't know. I'm about to say 100,000. That's 10% of it. I don't know. But yeah, man. So yeah, like Cam said, man, he's living a holistic life. Big and heavy on the juice. Show him your juice, Cam. Show him the size container that you lug around with you.
Yeah. So this is just what I'm sipping on. It's watermelon juice. I drink it almost every day, especially in the summer right now.
Yeah. What's that? A 64 ounce?
Yes.
Hell
half a gallon. Yeah.
That's big. So what all sizes do you sell your juice in? What's the smallest size that you have? How many ounces is it? 16.
Yeah, it's the smallest.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll give out little vials for samples, 1 ounce. And then I have 32 ounces, which is a quart. And that's pretty much where people usually fall is 16, 18 ounce or 32 ounce. If, like Big Dog, he's just drinking them for a meal replacement for breakfast or post-workout. So he'll just drink the whole quart, no problem, especially if it's something light like watermelon heart.
Yeah.
But you got that pineapple celery too, so
that's my love. It's still under the rose gold for me. It's still under it, but it's right there. It's definitely my second favorite juice that I've had from you, bro. Like, and there's a lot of juices I've had from you, bro. Like all of them. I think maybe 1 or 2 I wasn't like, I wouldn't crave it. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, I want this. Yeah. It was good. I still drank it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, for me, when I'm reaching out to you to get juice, it's not because like, oh, I want a sweet drink. It's because I want something that's healthy and beneficial. And to touch on the pineapple celery, celery is good for digestion. Pineapple has enzymes in it that are good for digestion. So it's like a double whammy. And like I said, I got my junk food problem. And what time do you think I typically engage in it?
Middle of the night.
11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Yeah, it was like It was like 2:30 in the morning when I had the Pop-Tarts last night, bro.
Yeah.
I was just high, bro, and I've been on the late night tip. I've been staying up late and like sleeping late. I hate it, bro. I really hate it.
And then the days change as the seasons change, like the sun sets at different times.
Bro, I was just talking to my mama yesterday about it, bro. Like the sun was like still out and bright at like 8 o'clock at night almost. I was like, maybe it was like 7:30. I'm like, bro, 7:30, bro, and it doesn't look anywhere near like it's about to get dark. It's probably daylight savings probably coming soon.
Well, I just keep track of the sun as best as I can. And yeah, it does seem like it drops off pretty quick. Like it'll be 8 and then 8:30 is dark. But 8 o'clock is still bright.
Yeah.
But I try and go to sleep around when the sun goes to sleep, ideally. And that's how our bodies work too. Like our cells will follow the circadian rhythm.
So I was getting to that before we even started talking about the sun. That's what's crazy. But go ahead.
But yeah. There's been a few things I wanted to mention. Like the other brand that got bought out is Naked. You remember that? When like Coca-Cola bought out Naked?
Oh, yeah. Naked got bought out a while ago. And then Pepsi followed suit and bought Odwalla. I don't even think that exists anymore. I think Odwalla's dead. Yeah. Do you remember Odwalla? ODW.
For sure.
Yeah. So Pepsi bought them after Coca-Cola bought Naked.
And these are like smoothie drinks for anybody. But you have to realize that this is a monopoly. You know, this industry, the food industry is a $1 trillion and multi-trillion dollar industry. So the people want to monopolize it if they can. Some, very small people. So even whenever you shop, you have to keep things like this in mind. Like also they're not in it for your health. Like you were saying, I'm not trying to get a recreational sweet drink. I'm trying to get nutrients and health medicinal benefits. They don't care about that with the food. Food should be medicine. That's what Hippocrates, the father of medicine, says is let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And that's what medical doctors are supposed to take a Hippocratic oath to do no harm and to understand those principles that Hippocrates taught. He's like some Greek dude from way back in the day. But like, this is something that the people who sell food products don't care about at all. They just want to monopolize everything. And if that means buying out the healthy alternatives, like the smoothie joints that are mom and pop, grassroots, real ingredients products, they will buy them out as soon as they can and make it something that's not going to help us. It's not going to really help raise our consciousness and help us think better and feel better so that we can, be the best that we can be. Because if we were the best that we could be, we would see all the problems in society that are just being swept under the rug. We would see all the nonsense that they're putting before us and making us believe that it's true. So the food system is completely corrupted and monopolized. So that's just one example of it. But all the big names are owned by the same small groups of people. These are families that have the wealth on this planet, and
BlackRock,
right? So I mean, we have so many different families. About like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and stuff, but there's plenty of them. There's about 13 at least. But these people, they don't want us to be as healthy as possible and as critically thinking as possible. That's a part of our health, is our mental capabilities. If we're eating trash food and genetically altered food that's killing us, it's going to be killing our brain cells too, and killing our potential to escape any kind of control system that these monopolizers want us stuck in. So that's a huge inspiration to me, is fighting the power, fighting the man by being healthier myself.
Yeah.
And it's also like spiritual. Like I'm doing what God intended. You know what I'm saying? Like God gave me this life kind of thing. I might as well honor the temple. Like I am a temple of God too. And I'm doing the work of God with the hands that he gave me, the life that I was given, whatever. So it seems like in the beginning of the Bible or any kind of like spiritual book, it seems like having a level of fasting and discipline is important, like with your food. But also in Adam and Eve's story, you have them eating fruit. They're eating fruit and herbs. And most people know that eating fruit and salad is like a diet. It's, more like a live it. You're not dying from it. You're living. It's living foods. And most people understand that that's going to get you healthy. But there's so many things, like you can be eating fruits and vegetables sometimes, and it'll be sprayed with glyphosate or Roundup that kills the weeds or whatever. And then that'll kill the bacteria in your cells that makes energy. The mitochondria, it'll kill them. It'll kill your gut bacteria that help you make hormones and energy and all kinds of stuff. Hormones are ways that your body communicates with itself as well. So like the pancreas wants to talk to the liver and the brain wants to talk to the kidneys. And so the hormones are created and stuff. But all that can be wrecked just from one coating of glyphosate on your produce. So we got to be careful about where we're getting our food from. And that's why I want to grow my own food.
Yeah.
Growing my own food is the best, right?
Of course. Because it's just like cooking your own food. Like, if you go to a restaurant, you could have grilled chicken, but they might use canola oil to cook it on the grill.
Yeah.
So now you're consuming seed oils, even though you think you're being healthy. Or like a salad. Let's say you get a salad and it comes with a dressing. That dressing's full of canola oils, TBHQ, preservatives, and MSG, which I don't know. I've heard some things like MSG is not necessarily bad for you, but I don't know.
Monosodium glutamate.
Yeah, but
it's
listen.
like sodium. It's like sugar and salt, so it's really addictive.
Listen, if I'm eating Chinese food, it better have MSG. Listen.
Oh, it probably will.
Listen,
it's gonna have a healthy dose.
Listen, don't skip out on the MSG if you give me, unless it's authentic Chinese, because Chinese food isn't authentic Chinese food. Like that's Americanized.
Oh, I would
that's
know.
That's not what they eat, bruh. But I wanted to touch a couple things in my head: glyphosate and packaging. So I'm gonna start with packaging first. So one thing I think the FDA has done that is fairly like, thank you. To me, like I'm like, thank you, y'all did this. Is at the bottom it'll say contains a bioengineered ingredient.
Wow.
So it'll tell you at least like if you're conscious, it's a quicker way to look like, oh, definitely don't want this. Because you can have junk food that's not GMO. It's just not what your body should be consuming. And then the other one, what did I say? Glyphosate. I was listening to Rogan the other day, Brad, and I guess he had somebody on that specializes in that kind of category and stuff. And I guess 94% of Americans have glyphosate in their bloodstream.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bruh.
That's
crazy, bruh.
What's crazier is that we're still spraying today in large amounts. And it's getting into the water system. Our water is the same water. It's just being recycled. But this glyphosate, this poison, it's an antibiotic. It is actually water soluble, so it becomes a solution. It's in the water. It's like we're going to have to get some Nobel Peace Prize winner to invent some kind of technology to separate the glyphosate from our water system. So it's raining. If you think you have an organic crop, if it rains on that crop, it's not organic anymore. It's got contaminants in the water.
Not even just glyphosate, bro. The forever chemicals that's. I mean, glyphosate is bad, but I'd say maybe glyphosate might be a forever chemical actually.
In that sense, it is. Yes.
Yeah, if it's water soluble, I mean, it'll just stay there.
Yeah.
So for people that may not know, forever chemicals are chemicals that the earth cannot take in and like think about you when you eat food, digestion. The earth cannot digest forever chemicals. I know barium is one of them. I'm not too sure on it, but if you've heard about chemtrails, those are forever chemicals. So when you look up at the sky and you see a plane flying by and you see the smoke trail behind the plane, as the plane keeps going, let's say the plane's right here. By the time the plane's over here, the smoke trail that's right here would start dissipating. It would be disappearing. But the trails that stay in the air, plane's gone. You don't even see the plane. Trail still in the air. Those are chemtrails. They are now officially they've told us that they are doing it. They call it geoengineering, and it's to block the sun to protect us from global warming.
Which we need the sunlight.
Yeah, bro. Listen.
If you're getting burnt by the sun easily, it means that you have toxins in your body. But the sun is very important as a nutrient, which is something I learned about called biophotons, which is found in our food. Bio meaning living, photon like light. And it's a living light. So this is a nutrient that helps birds fly in unison. This is the same thing that you see schools of fish flying in perfect harmony together. Biophotons allow their cells to actually communicate with each other. So it connects us. So if we are actually all eating living foods, getting enough sunlight, we will feel more connected. We will actually have different levels of sense. And we'll have some common sense, right? Because we'll all have it in common. Yeah. But most people have a lack of biophotons and nutrients and water, just so many different nutrients, including sunlight. And biophotons is something that you can eat. It's found in fruits, mostly berries, the most, fresh fruit, and even sweet potatoes have it in some amounts.
I had berries today and I had sweet potatoes yesterday.
We've been connected too.
A biophoton, baby.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Blocking the sun is not going to be good. And that's not all they're doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to say all these different things for trying to protect the planet. And we're trying to go green, but this has all been planned. They've gotten together in meetings and said, yeah, we're going to act like we're trying to go green and save the animals and save the oceans and stuff. But it's really a way to get more control over us and to take away our rights. In so many ways, they're going to do that. They're actually planning on taxing us for using carbon, for like carbon emissions or any kind of pollution that our lifestyles have. They're going to try and tax us on it and just take the money straight out of our bank accounts and our paychecks.
Oh yeah. Hey, get ready, bro. It's some shit coming, bro.
Yeah,
it's some shit coming, bro. Because like China already has the social credit system. So like WeChat is people who have watched Black Mirror. There's an episode where like in real life, like let's say I've talked about this with somebody else, but like if I bumped into you and I made you spill your juice on yourself, you could like go onto the social media, which is connected to the social credit score, and like give me a thumbs down. And if so many people give me thumbs down through the day, my score goes down. Well, the lower your score goes, now you can't fly Delta. You got to fly Spirit. Now you can't ride Uber. You can only ride Lyft. And then it gets lower. You can't fly nowhere. Then it gets lower. You can't even get gas, bro. Then it gets lower. You can't even buy groceries, bro. You can't do nothing. And I don't know how to reverse that. Like, I don't know if like on a video game, like I play Red Dead Redemption, and like if you go like kill an innocent person, like your honor goes down. Yeah. But you can help strangers and stuff and bring it back up. I don't know how that works in the social credit score, but I've been seeing like just to get at the gas pump, you pull it to the gas pump, and WeChat controls everything. WeChat is their social media, their messaging. So WeChat is their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They have TikTok because it's from there, but it's their fucking PayPal. That's how they handle money.
Yeah, I bought movie tickets on WeChat. I would order food from WeChat when I lived in China. That's where this shirt is from China. I worked there as a teacher, but I actually have seen them spraying in China too. It's a whole ordeal. I wanted to go there and see it for myself because you can only speculate from the American lens, but going there and being with the people and is a totally different vibe. And the smog in China is a whole different thing. Like it looks like you could cut the smog with a knife. It's so thick. If we drive over a bridge, you can't see the cityscape while you're on the bridge. It's just smog. Ugh. Yeah, it's really bad. And then the people who live there, they think it's rain clouds. Legitimately. Some people might be privy, but majority of people have just grown to accept it and think that it is rain clouds and it's a cloudy day.
And is that like a social thought, or is that like the government says that they're rain clouds?
It's become both.
Oh, okay.
And that's what might get you a good credit score in China, is if you go along with what the government wants you to go along with. If you pay your taxes, if you do exactly what they want and how they want it, then you'll be rewarded. But I have friends now who want to leave China, but they're afraid to even talk about it because of how tight the government is on them and how they've programmed a sense of fear deep within them. It's embedded in them through, that's a part of, I was a kindergarten teacher, and the kindergartners were being taught military strategies and military lines and formations. At some of my youngest student was 3 years old, and they were already programming them with that. They had the military come in for 2 weeks, and they had to do strict military training for 2 weeks straight. Like, we would do recess and lunchtime and nap time too, but every day for 2 weeks. The military's coming in there teaching them, you love China, this is why, this is your beliefs, da-da-da. And you get rewarded for it or you get punished for it.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out my dog Reed, you know what I'm saying? We just dropped Reed episode, and in the episode he said, man, China crazy for real. I fuck with him though. That's exactly how I feel, bro, because at the end of the day, shit's been going up, shit's getting more expensive. But like, these shoes I have on my feet are made in China. If they weren't made in China, they'd cost more. Electronics that I use, made in China, they'd cost more if not. Now, I do know that sounds bad because there's probably like sweatshop style stuff going on over there. Like Shein, which is a cheap ass like clothing brand, they're under investigation for, I want to say like child workshops type shit. But I am grateful in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like I it's fucked up. It's fucked up what they do, but like at the end of the day, that ain't got nothing to do with me, and I can't control it. Now, when I get on a bigger scale, like you've been over there, so like I feel like it's more maybe not sensitive, but like more important to you because you've been with the actual citizens, the actual children that live there. And like you said, they're starting at 3. Like, they don't even know any better, bruh. They're just being formed into it. But we have not, it's not pressured, but we have a similar thing. Like, you have to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance and stuff like that. So, I don't know. America, we're nowhere near the worst as far as like government control. But they do a lot of manipulation with us. It's a lot of manipulation, a lot of lies. Especially like with the COVID vaccines and stuff like that. And listen, before shit goes sideways and anybody watching is like pro-vax, I am not anti-vax. Vaccines are helpful in certain situations. But like when they were trying to force it on the kids, like when it was known that COVID wasn't going to harm a child. And then you got Anthony Fauci was saying like, you know, even Joe Biden, I think, went on TV and like, you know, if you get the vaccine, you won't transmit it. It's not going to be da-da-da-da. They ain't have no proof of that. And they just said it. They just said it as scare tactics. Yeah. And you got like the governor of New York or something like that sitting on TV, like eating a burger and fries. Like, if you get your vaccine, you can go over to this place and they'll give you free burger and fries. Yum.
Yeah, free
like,
donut. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, or Publix, free $25 gift card if you get your vaccine here. And I'm like, what? Yeah. And then, bro, I was already skeptical on the vaccine, but once the Johnson & Johnson shit came out and they got removed from the market, I was like, yeah. First of all, and, you know, no hate, I love my uncle, but my uncle, I believe, got the Johnson & Johnson. And I'm just like, what make y'all think a company that's been sued for baby powder, something as simple as baby powder, bro, like
innocent babies,
their baby powder can cause ovarian cancer. Like, that's what the lawsuit was. And I'm like, big dog, what makes you think you should trust them for a vaccine, bruh? But we are running low on that time for that break for the camera. All right, y'all, we back. Thank y'all. That's something I got to practice too, not being so loud. I can hear it projecting into yours. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all, we back. Thank you for tuning in. Reminder again, man, y'all make sure y'all support local merch. You see, I got the Savage at Peace hat on. I got the Forecast tee. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. DM me at Big C6798 or on the Forecast page. For August special, I'm doing $30. Originally, I did $35. The shirt is 25% rayon, 25% polyester, 50% cotton, which makes it very breathable for this hot ass weather that we've been having. For the month of August, like I said, matter of fact, this gonna come out probably in early September. Nah, you technically are earlier in the list. I lost it, so I'm probably actually you're gonna skip the line. So yeah, for the month of August, it's gonna be $30. This was a terrible ad. $30 for one tea, $50 for two, so that'll make it $25 a tea. I got sizes from medium to 3X. And to finish the fit, we got the jig is up camouflage basketball shorts on. And then I got hold on, let me see if I can get my shit up. Ugh.
Yeet.
You know, I got the Scared Money socks on. Shout out to the SM CEO. But yeah, that's my attempt at doing an ad coming back.
Yeah, I was checking out the fit, actually. I mean, I was looking at those socks like, I'm clean. And then that shirt, I saw that on Instagram and super clean.
I just did my first post today. I've had these shirts for 2 months and I have not made a post with the shirt at all. Well, because, I don't want to make any money. Fuck it.
It looked really good. So.
But the money that I make from those shirts is just going to be put back into the podcast. In one way or another. I want to probably, if I can't figure out how to record on this camera without having to take breaks, because I know other people who have 2-hour podcasts and it's straight through. Whatever that means I need to do, I'll probably still keep that camera and use it for, the second camera. I want to have a main camera for like the main shot. So it could go into that, more merchandise. Just any different things. I want to switch this out and get like the clip on, like I clip it right here and it'd be like a boom mic because I got the one, it attaches to this, but it's so stiff. I watch people on like, radio shows, like they just move that bitch like this and then it stops exactly where it's at. Like that good quality, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man, I wanted to jump back into the, here's that juice y'all seen. The bubbles just disappeared. That bitch be having bubbles in that bitch. Like, ooh, that bitch. That bitch got the good enzymes in it, man. This that pineapple celery, though, man. This is a special juice. He don't make this too often. That boy texted me and said, hey, I got some organic celery. I'm like, oh, run it up. I got 3 of these bitches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I also take whatever payments come to Pure Life and I just recycle it back into Pure Life, just like you do with the show.
Speaking of which, I didn't pay you yet, so make sure we cover that before you leave.
Thanks. Yeah, man. I call it donations. I don't really take payments. Really, I give you a gift and you give me a donation. It happens to have a set price sometimes, but yeah, I call it donations just because I don't really want to be a part of the whole commerce system. And
it's just a tier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a price, it's a tier. This is the tier donation.
Yeah, like Patreon.
It's a package. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a package. Like you just gotta word it properly, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't gotta pay the uncle of the country.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Uncle Tom, man.
Whoa, no, what?
The government wants a piece.
Uncle Sam.
Oh, that's his name. Hey, what's Uncle Tom?
Uncle Tom is, I believe it's when
that's
like a
worse.
black person doesn't like black people.
Yeah.
Is that blue? Is that correct? Like an Uncle Tom? Like a black person who goes against other black people for just basically them just being black. Uncle Ruckus from...
He is definitely for Uncle Sam
from
too.
Boondocks, yeah. I be feeling weird talking about stuff like that. Like, there's a word that I've been suggested like I don't say anymore, and it's not the N word. Everybody that knows me, they never heard me say that shit. That ain't there. But I've been told by my friends it's okay. But somebody I met and they didn't say they took offense, but they basically the itis.
Why wouldn't you be able to say that?
Because the itis is really N-word itis. That's the full term, and it's like you're insinuating that you're saying, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was an overreach. We are in a more sensitive time nowadays. But for me, as a white man, I'm just gonna. For me, I think about it now. I don't say it no more. Like, I don't know. I used to say that shit a lot. Like, if I got fooled, motherfucker, like that's what I got. But I don't know.
Yes, because colloquially, that's what we know it to be. There might be other interpretations of the phrase, but as a society, we both know that means that you're tired after you ate a bunch of food.
Yeah. For me, they were just telling me, because I asked, like I said, is that offensive?
Mm-hmm.
Like, should I not say that? And then they were just giving me their opinion on it, like I guess how people could shape it. They my people, like they weren't judging me or like, you can't say that. Like it wasn't like that. I don't know. It's just something I thought about. Yeah. But anyways, we just blabbering right now. I wanted to get back into you were saying that you lived in China. What what inspired you, or what opportunity came about for you to even consider moving to China?
Well, the main opportunity was my mom. She's real connected. She had a friend who had a daughter who was teaching over there, kindergarten. She was teaching English. That job, her daughter was gonna leave, so I was able to just replace her. And I already had experience from being a kindergarten teacher in Japan and being a substitute teacher here in Florida. Just working with children and doing childcare and all the different things on my resume. That was a lot of stuff that I did, knowing that I would need to be able to help raise children. You know, even if I didn't have children, we have plenty of children that need raising. So I made it a point to have jobs that would teach me those skills. And that was one of the things that inspired me to go to China, was because I wanted to go and experience being able to help raise those children. And I knew I also wanted to travel and experience more parts of the world, see different perspectives, not just see China from an American's perspective, but go and look from their perspective too. So it was an easy decision. I knew one day I wanted to work in Japan, and China was a stepping stone in that direction.
So what's the word I'm looking for? Preconception? I don't think that's actually the word I'm looking for, but like, what are some thoughts about China that you had prior to going that you realized were, not like stereotypes or anything, but just common thoughts about like China and how they live and all that? Like what was different?
The first day that I got there, I ate Chinese food. They picked us up, got us all together, the other English teachers. We were all foreigners, right? Like some were from different countries, but we all spoke English. And we were all kind of like the same age. So they took us out to dinner at this very traditional Chinese place. It was on a lake made up of bamboo, like old bamboo. It was like there was ducks and animals everywhere. They had live snakes and other exotic animals. You could choose which one you wanted, and they would cook it for you. So we were taken to a place like this. It was called like the farm or something like that. But it was Chinese food in its most authentic form. And the woman we were with, the person who hired us, Cece, she was able to order a bunch of things to cater to us and to satisfy our palate in every way. So she knew that I was like mostly vegetarian. I wanted to keep it as plant-based as possible, but I was open to trying other things just because I was in China and wanted to experience them. And she ordered a bunch of great, wonderful things, but nothing you would find on a Chinese menu. Not a single thing. And
yeah, like a Chinese restaurant in America.
No, yeah, right. In American Chinese restaurant, I didn't see any of that at all. Nothing close to it. I mean, I don't even remember eating white rice. It was so many other dishes to try. Like there was tofu, but it was cooked in a whole different way. And it was just amazing. The other things that were different or the same stereotypes or whatever were, if I went to play basketball at a public court, they would see my ball after I shot it and include it with all the balls, because this is a communist mindset. So we all share the balls.
Yeah.
And then if they're going to play a pickup game, they might use your ball. They used my ball. And I was like, I bought this from the, store. This is an expensive, nice, brand new ball. And I'm not even getting picked up. Like, y'all want to play a round with my ball? Hold up, let me get my ball back. Like, it just didn't. At first, I was like, all right, y'all can play. I'll get the next one. But then on like the third game, after I had only played one, I was like, you guys like my ball because it's the best, and I'm not playing, so I'm leaving. So give me my ball back. But to them, it was just like normal. Parking, like they would park so that other people couldn't get out. Like if you go to the mall, some people would park in this, it's like a small little one-way lane, but then they would box each other in. So you would have to wait for that person to be done shopping at the mall to move your car. It's just like we all share this sidewalk, so we can park on this sidewalk. And there was just a lot of beautiful things too. The people are just like us, you know. They're real people. They want to be empathized with. They want to empathize. They want to just be left alone and live a nice life where they can raise a family and have friends. Like, they want all the same things. They're even more so sometimes cooler because they go through so much crap in their government and their society. And like I was trying to say, the smog is so bad. Like it's a hot mess, but they are so happy and grateful. The people, their spirit is not broken. They can be like living dirt poor lives, you could think, but they're still smiling and still generous and still nice and kind. It's amazing. So I don't know what you might think the Chinese lady is kind of, I don't know, a certain way, but when you go there, every Chinese lady that I met was beautiful. Every Chinese man that I met was respectable, you know. That's just my experience. So I want to just remind people that we're all the same, like whether you're Chinese or Irish or, you know, whatever the Nigeria, it doesn't matter because we all bleed the same. Shout out to Human Peace, my guy, Human Peace. He makes clothing that says stuff like that. Like, we all bleed the same. We all bleed red. We all bleed blood. But our skin, that doesn't even matter. Like, where we come from, that doesn't even matter. We're all humans on the same planet.
Yeah.
And this government is not just your government. So the United Nations, we know about that. But it even goes beyond the United Nations. These are all being controlled together. This whole planet is being controlled on so many levels that we don't even realize. And they want us divided. They want us thinking the wrong things about each other and to think that we're so different from each other. It's going to only make us easier to control. What's like the first art of war rule, like divide and conquer or whatever. That's something we should all understand and see it when it's coming, when people are dividing us like pro-vax or anti-vax or pro Black Lives or not. Like, this is clearly them trying to psychologically manipulate us and divide us. They want to do the same thing with China and here. China is full of beautiful people that would be your friend and give you the shirt off their back. And there's no reason we should be so divided over a government or a religion or anything like that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. All that, man. All that stuff. Same with like Russia.
Yeah.
Like, people like Russians get a bad rep now.
Yeah.
And like I've met some really cool Russian people in my life, bro. Like, really cool, bro. Like, I fuck with them heavy. They bring me food. I forgot what this one lady brought me something. It was a kind of bread, but it had meat in it too. It was like I don't know. It was like meat bread, but it was in like a casserole dish. I don't know. It was good as shit, bro. And it had potatoes, diced potatoes, and then like I think ground chicken or something. I don't know. Listen, it was really good. They were really nice to me. And I don't know. Now everybody like, oh, the Russians this, Russians that. How y'all not mad at Ukraine? Mm-hmm. Ukraine's the one taking all the money from us. I mean, they're not taking it. We're giving it to them. But like, on what planet are we? I think we're $23 trillion in debt right now as a country. I want to say that's correct. I think I just seen that the other day. $23 trillion in debt, bruh. Why are we giving money? We're giving $600 million to Ukraine. What? Listen, bruh. The country, it's by design. It's like where the Kid Cudi and Andre 3000. It's by design, bruh. Like everything is by design. Everything's set up, just like breakfast. Like breakfast was created by somebody. Like breakfast wasn't a thing, bruh. Like back in the day, bruh, you just eat when you're hungry.
Yeah.
And like that's another thing. I was seeing this herbalist that I follow on Twitter, and he was saying like once you get rid of your parasites and you're eating healthy, you're not going to eat as much because your body's absorbing nutrients so fast that it doesn't want anything else. It's like, I'm good. I don't need anything. But like when you're eating a bunch of like, what is it? Like empty calories. Like, bro, I could eat a whole tub. Not a tub. A tub sound like the big one. I'm talking a pint of ice cream. I could eat a pint of ice cream in one setting, and then I'd be like, I'd go for some brownies right now, like, and just eat that too, because like it's my body's not. There's no satiety, I think it's called. Like when you eat something and you feel satisfied.
Yes.
I feel like I'm saying it wrong, so I didn't want to say it again.
You nailed it.
But yeah, you just don't feel satisfied, bro. Like I know me personally, like I said, I mean, I eat meat and stuff. So like if I eat a steak, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese, I'm not gonna feel the best. But if I eat a grass-fed steak, whether lean or fatty, like either or, if it's a good quality steak, and then I have sweet potatoes. Instead of mashed potatoes, I have sweet potatoes, and not with like brown sugar and marshmallows and stuff. Like just sweet potatoes seasoned a little bit, cooked with some avocado oil or something like that. And then maybe like some cabbage. Like something like that, I'm going to feel fine because it's all like it has a purpose going into my body. There's some nutritional value, some kind of minerals or vitamins in those, like beef liver is super high in vitamin A. Like, so there's at least there's something from either viewpoint, like from, if you just look at it from a nutritional standpoint, like vitamins, which shit, that's a whole nother market too, bro. You get into the supplement game, bro. Like that's damn near just as bad as the food. The food game. Did you see I think the FDA was trying to like put a ban on herbal supplements. Wow. Yeah, like
all the other things they're unable to mitigate, but they want to mitigate.
Well, it's still usable, but you know, like people can just sell burdock capsules online without having them FDA approved. Like that's what it is. Everything has to be FDA approved type shit now.
Not if it's just a donation. That's like saying, this is a casserole I made in my home, and I'm going to bring it to my neighbor, and then FDA has to approve it first.
Well, it's more so on a retail scale. Like you're selling it under a business license, under a business name, in Walmart, in a store type shit. Like all that. You talking about back ends, you know, that's under the table, man. That's different. But see, that's the thing.
That's how it should be.
If they're trying to do the digital currency, have you heard of FedNow?
I have briefly. You might have mentioned it.
I probably did. FedNow is the Federal Reserve's
PayPal
Cash App. Yeah, like pretty much. But it's going to be connected to everybody's bank accounts. So they're going to make the banks cooperate. And every transaction is going to go through FedNow as well. They're going to have records of all the transactions of everything. Ultimately, what I see it leading to is America's cryptocurrency. It's going to be a digital currency. Well, fuck crypto, just digital currency. Like maybe it won't be on the crypto blockchain or whatever. But you get to the point where they just be like, you know what? We're not using like cash no more. Everything's digital. And they're going to be able to take your money, do whatever. Because what value is it going to hold? Like, let's say the easiest example for me to just throw out there is a drug dealer. So a drug dealer deals with cash. If cash doesn't mean anything, then they can't do that. So they're going to be forced to figure out another way, because the only thing that's going to be valuable is the digital one. And even now, our cash isn't backed by gold, or it's not backed by anything. It's just Federal Reserve notes, which we don't own either. The Federal Reserve is lending us. That's why it's a note. Mm-hmm. They're lending us the money that we use. But
yeah, it's ridiculous. That's why I can't lean on this financial system or this economy or any of these stupid words. I want to lean on an apple tree, because that's going to feed me. And I got to make sure the soil is healthy and that even the air is healthy if I can. And all of that stuff is working right. So I can lean up on nature and the intrinsic values found within nature. We've already been provided everything we need. All the water and the food is just falling off the trees, running down the mountain streams. Like, this is all in abundance. But they put us into cities and tell us that this world is overpopulated and that we're destroying the earth, so we need to pay a tax. And that they'll supply us with our food and our electricity and our homes. But they want their cut. They want to own it. We don't really own it. They own us. But we have to learn how to grow our own food, how to take care of our own bodies, how to think for ourselves. We have to learn how to do that stuff and teach the next generation to do it. We don't want to teach the next generation to be new slaves, like Kanye said. We don't need that. Who wants that? Nobody. Nobody wants that. But if you're ignorant or you're lazy or you're just not trying to be a part of the solution, but you're fine with being a part of the problem, then you're just going to be complacent in whatever you're being given. It's like having you're like in a prison, but the cell door is open. You keep yourself in the prison, knowing that if you would just research how to grow some food or how to take care of your own vessel or whatever, that you could start to branch out and not be so confined. You could start to build the confidence that you need to not depend on the government, which government literally means govern, like a governor to control or whatever. You govern your own actions. Or ment, like the mental, the mind. Government literally means mind control. All government is slavery. And when we think that they're different, like America's government and Iran's government or whatever, Iran, they're bound on high levels. They're different, but they're the same. Just like all these wine distributors that we think are all individual companies, they're all owned by the same rich people who own all the wine companies. They just make it look like different wine companies to make you think that, ooh, I'm going to try this one, and then I'm going to try this brand. This one's probably cool, but it's different. It's all the same. It's all owned by the same dude.
Yeah. I just seen, actually speaking on that, Bud Light's parent company, Anheuser-Busch. Busch. Yeah. You know about what happened with Bud Light, right?
With the whole, yeah.
They had partnered with like a trans person.
And lost a bunch of stocks and stuff.
Yeah, and then they like ran commercials on it. And listen, I ain't got no judgment on nobody's stuff, but if you know who Bud Light's core fan base is, bro. Like rednecks, bro. Like people who's against all that shit. They might even be like a little tad prejudiced, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
or they might have some of those own things. Like, have you seen American Beauty or whatever it is? Mm-mm. There's this guy, he hates people who are, gay, and then it comes to find out that he actually has repressed gay feelings himself.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like a military dad or something like that. But it's like, there's no reason that we should hate them. If what they're doing is consensual, between consensual adults, and it's not harming nobody.
Yeah. No, I'm with it too. I think it wasn't the gay thing. I think, a lot of people, they see like an agenda with the transitional thing, especially with like children. But granted. Anyways, back to where I was getting, because I ain't even trying to get into all the political. I'd rather talk conspiracies than political for real. Yeah. They just had to sell. Anheuser-Busch just I'm not gonna say they had to, but they just sold 8 of their brands. Like you said, one company owns a bunch of them, but Anheuser-Busch is the parent company of probably like 30 or 40 different alcoholic beverages. They just sold 8 of them, one of them including Shock Top, which is a fairly popular craft beer.
Yeah.
They just sold it for like $85 million. Their profits are down, I want to say, in like the 30 or 40%. That's a big, but they're making billions, bro. Like that's a lot of downage.
You have to know that they knew this was going to happen, though. They knew that this was a sacrifice they were willing to make.
I don't think so.
This is predictable.
Nah, bro.
It seems so unpredictable, though. It does.
Ain't nobody trying to lose money.
You would
though,
think
bro.
that.
Like,
you would think that.
Yeah, I would think that, bro.
But guess what? They have already thought 10 steps ahead. They study behaviorism and human psychology.
But what was the benefit of it?
We will not find out until it's too late, probably. Some of us. But it might be 3 or 4 years, and then you'll see a whole different group of people drinking Bud Light. You'll see something has changed, but I'm telling you that they have psychologists and behaviorists on their team. Just like they have a team of lawyers, they have a team of people who specialize in psychology that are advising them on business decisions. They probably have a feng shui guy too. They have all kinds of, when you have that much money, you hire teams of specialists.
Hey, you know what they're hiring now? Prompt engineers. That's the number one position to be getting in right now. Prompt engineering. You know how to talk to Chat GPT? You could be 5 people. We gonna fire 5 people and we're gonna hire you, and you're gonna replace all them because you're gonna have a computer doing most of the work for you.
Yeah.
And that's the juice right now, man. But all right, we're gonna take a little break. I wanna tackle some questions and stuff in this next segment. We're gonna have to wrap it up soon. It's getting late.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Duval County, baby.
Thank y'all for still tuning in. Welcome back to Forecast. I'm here with Pure Life Kam, and we're gonna get into some questions now. So when did you like get into juicing? Like what introduced you?
Well, again, it's really an honor to be here. Thanks again. The juice, it all really started with a Jack LaLanne juicer. I got it from Walmart. It shreds the juice and, centrifugally spins it out. And, it was $50 or whatever, but my grandfather could use it because I learned about the Gerson therapy, and the Gerson therapy uses a bunch of juice and enemas. So they basically focus on nourishing the cells with the juice. They do like 1 every hour of fresh juice. It's so cool. Carrot juice, apple juice, whatever. But giving you the nutrients, and then the enema, if you don't know what that is, it's when they stick a tube up your butt and they basically fill your lower parts of your colon up with water or tea. But this case, it's a coffee enema. So it's like a young coffee, organic and stuff. But it's supposed to help your liver enzymes and to break down toxins better and help you eliminate more toxins. So it's all about nutrition and detox. So that's what Pure Life is about, is making nutrition and detox simple and understandable. So if we know that our immune system needs certain fruits and vegetables and stuff, then we should just make sure we're getting those. And in today's day and age, juicing just makes sense because a lot of our soil that the fruits and vegetables are growing in is really weak. So it makes the nutrients weak, and we might as well condense it into a juice that's easy to absorb, especially because our intestines are really inflamed from all the processed cooked meats and stuff that we eat, high proteins. It makes our gut really inflamed and builds up mucus and stuff, which makes it hard for us to absorb nutrients. But if we are just drinking living, fresh, hydrating foods and alkaline foods, it'll relieve a lot of that pain and inflammation, and it'll absorb really easy, and it'll detox you. So that was all of what it was. It was just all about getting the nutrients in and flushing out the waste mainly. And I learned about it through, I guess it was the Gerson therapy. I don't know how I came across that exactly. Wish I could tell you. But I just started seeking the truth, and that's what I found.
Yeah. So once you had seen results with him.
Yeah, my
you were
grandfather.
like, well, wow, like what else can this juicing do for me?
Yeah.
So if people were to get the best juicer, like the juicer that you have, what juicer do you recommend and why over just like the kind you had originally purchased?
Well, the Nama J2 is what we're doing these days. All of us out here juicing for a living. The Nama J2 is great because it has a huge hopper in it. You can just fill it up with big chunks of fruit and vegetables, and it handles greens well. So if you want to get your organic greens in, it'll juice that up for you too. And some people don't absorb greens that well because they don't like chew a lot of organic salad for their meal. And even if they do, they don't super chew, which is something that I also like to harp on, is we should be chewing our foods into liquids as much as possible, which is another reason that juice is so cool, because we're trying to make it into a liquid and then absorb that liquid into our small intestine. And the fiber is great too. It really is. It feeds the good bacteria in your gut. It's called a prebiotic. And it also is like a broom sweeping your intestines of all kinds of waste matter. Fiber's great. So I just think that a lot of people don't chew enough greens or salad. We all know that fruit and salad is like where it's at. It'll build your jaw muscles too. If you want like a toned face and like a toned jaw muscle, it'll make you lose weight, all that good stuff. But food is not just energy, it's information. So the information arguably could be energy too, but the information is informing the cell on what to do genetically, on a DNA level, on a molecular level, subatomic level, on all these different electromagnetic levels. Food is informing our cells and giving us what we need. And the sunlight too, all that good stuff. But you see they're blocking out the sun, they're poisoning the water, they're taking over the food, trying to genetically modify it, all these different things. So it's like we're at war and we have to fight back. And the fight is first by internally, confronting ourselves and taking on this challenge of fighting the system and being a part of nature again. And it's something that I know, I understand everybody has to take their own journey in that. And I try and give them the space they need to do that, because I need the space. I know it's not that easy. It's like a whole experience of trauma and self, exploration. It's like hard.
My dog can be so passionate about this stuff, bruh.
It's hardcore.
I want to jump back though. So like, what's the reason the Nama J2 is better?
All those reasons. The big hopper, it's one of the top of the line. Most of the great ones are made in Korea, the great juicers. It's from Korea, and it's like the new and improved version of juicing right now. All of us who make a living doing it, we use the Nama J2, or unless we use like some commercial juicer like that costs thousands of dollars. This is where it's at.
Yeah, they got. I know you've seen the orange juicer, and like it's a big rectangle, and is storage of oranges.
Yeah,
and the oranges just rotate out.
Yeah,
and then it slices the orange and juices it.
I saw that in China.
Yeah, they got them at this restaurant called Grumpy's out here.
Wow,
at the beach, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hey, it tasted like you made it.
Bro,
it was delicious, bro. That orange juice was delicious, bro. I was impressed.
Thank you, though.
It was like it was like this color.
Yeah,
but that bit was orange, boy. That shit looked good.
Yes,
yeah.
I bought a bunch of those.
I was fucking with it for real. So what are your go-to juices that you drink yourself?
The ones that are in season, but watermelon is a must. I got it on deck. But the melons, I love them. And anything that's astringent is going to be great. Astringency is that's puckering effect that you get whenever your mouth kind of like sucks in when you drink red wine.
Yeah.
That is astringency, and that'll help pull waste out of your body, out of the cells and out of the colon. And it will make you use the restroom for sure. But that's great. Better out than in, I always say, right? So detox is a must. We have to keep detoxing constantly. It's not just because what we're eating becomes a toxin if it doesn't get eliminated, which most of the times it doesn't really all get out of the body efficiently. It stays inside and rots and feeds parasites and all that stuff. But like our cells are also producing waste just from our cells being active. They have byproducts, and that byproduct is very acidic in our body, our biochemistry. So it's important that we are sweating and we're filtering our acids out through the urination, through the kidneys, and through having bowel movements. We breathe our toxins out, but we have to have all these detox pathways working efficiently. And there's a way to do that. It's through a species-specific diet, which includes fruits, berries, melons, some leafy greens, some nuts and seeds. And it's very like archaic. It's very like, paleo or something. But this is how our bodies are designed. It's most like a primate. Primates are huge, like powerful, intelligent beings, and they eat fruit and they climb outside and they live outside and all these different things. These are things that our bodies and our cells need too, and not Popeyes. If we gave Popeyes to our chimpanzee friends, they would, of course, degrade, and we would see the decay for ourselves in a real time. But we don't look at it in our own society and see it for what it is. But in the 90s, things started getting worse and worse. It's been getting worse since they started making, industrialized food, supermarkets and all the stuff, the commercial farming and all that. We have to be able to grow our own food.
Yeah. That's like canola oils and everything, bro. And canola oil was originally created to be like an engine lubricant, I believe.
Yeah.
Or an industrial lubricant. That's what it is. Like that shit was made to grease up some metal.
I appreciate how informed you are with all kinds of stuff. You always teach me new things.
Yeah, I'll be dibbling and dabbling. The problem with me, I feel like, is I have all the knowledge and I don't like correctly apply it. I feel like that's the issue I'll be having. Because like I said, I still just eat whatever. Like you catch me going to Trader Joe's, like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna give me 3 or 4 pounds of lemons. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grab me some organic apples, some muscadine grapes. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get right. You catch me in that frozen aisle getting that cookie butter ice cream. I need the s'mores ice cream. They got a boba tea ice cream, and it's non-dairy. It's a coconut ice cream, and it's got boba pearls in it. B-dog.
Just eat it
so good.
as the last meal of the day, and eat everything else clean as possible.
And I told you I was eating the Pop-Tarts at 2 in the morning. Mm-hmm. But then today when I got up, I blended me up whole ginger pieces. I tried to drink it like a smoothie. Like bro, I almost threw up, like no cap. Cause I put like two ginger pieces this size. And then it was like maybe the juice of 2 lemons. So like the ratio was way off. And I tried to drink it and I almost threw up. So I ended up straining it and then diluting it with a little bit of spring water. And so I had that. And then I went on a walk with no shirt in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Get my vitamin D, get my exercise in. And then I came home and made me a smoothie. The smoothie was fresh and I let my strawberries and blueberries soak in the spring water with baking soda while I went on my walk. Wow. So then when I came back, strain them, rinse them with spring water, and then put them in the blender. So strawberry, blueberry, and then I got frozen dragon fruit cubes, or pitaya.
Love it. That's one of my favorites.
And then I know you've told me that the pink coconut water's like over in the other countries, they were like, nah, you don't want that one. But I think it's like not mature enough yet. I don't know. They sell it to you on the package like it's a good thing. They're like, yo, this is good.
It's oxidized. I drink it sometimes.
Yeah, so I put that in my smoothie. And then the second time I made a mistake, I put some coconut chunks in there, but it didn't blend up good enough. Which will lead me
the frozen
ones. On accident blenders. What kind of blenders do you recommend? Because I know you've talked to me about there's certain kinds of blenders that will preserve the nutrients better.
Yeah, I have a vacuum blender that attaches to my Vitamix, and a lot of people use the Vitamix. If you can get it with its warranty, then that's great. It's got a great warranty. So does the Nama J2. And that's important because if you break it, they'll send you a whole new one if you can just, claim your warranty. So make sure you register your
a 2-year warranty. Okay. At about 20 months, your boy gone.
It's like a 15, some people have 15, 25-year warranties on Vitamixes. Like it comes standard. You don't have to pay extra or nothing. So it's an investment at the end of the day. You could get a brand new one from your reimbursement and then just sell it at full price if you wanted to. But I think that getting a really strong blender and a really strong juicer is an important addition to anyone's kitchen in today's day and age. Because, you can start your day off with juice and then for lunch have a really cool super food smoothie with mostly fruit, no protein powders needed. There's amino acids in the fruit, some kind of water that's purified and nice, and just some powders. I like to add different herbal powders or superfood powders and have fun with it. Put cacao in there, make it a chocolate, banana, peanut butter. I'll use the PB2 instead of real peanut butter because it's low fat. You want to try and eat low fat because then you'll metabolize the sugars perfectly. You don't see the chimpanzees out there eating a whole avocado tree. It's going to be carbohydrates. They'll eat an avocado tree for sure, but for the most part, they're processing sugars, not fats. If you eat too much fat, it'll mess with your sugar. If you eat too much protein, it'll mess with a lot of things, but mainly your kidneys. And if your kidneys are not working, then your whole immune system is not draining through your pee. It's not. And then protein will back up your colon because there's no fiber in it. And that means, and it's not really enzyme active or good at moving through our digestive tract. Our digestive tract is not built from meat. And that's something that we can prove anatomically is what we're built for. Like if you look at our teeth and all that stuff. But if you look at our gut, you can see it's totally different than a carnivore's gut. They have a short intestine, alimentary pathway. So their alimentary pathway is very smooth and short. So they can eliminate meat quickly and it won't putrefy in their body.
Hey, look, my dog Cam not coming at you just talking, bruh. You said it's called the alimentary pathway?
The alimentary system.
Alimentary system.
If you have a strong alimentary system, you can digest a bullet. But if you have a weak alimentary system, you will get nauseous from eating too many mashed potatoes, whatever. It's like, it depends on the constitution of the person. If your mother was really toxic, like internally, then her DNA is not going to pass down well. It'll make you weaker constitutionally, and your father too. It's important that we as parents, if you're not one yet, then you should be realizing that if you will have children, your time here and what you invest into your body is going to karmically affect your child and your child's child and your child's child. And your ancestors, they fought for you to get this far. They lived and died for us to get this far. And we can at least try to preserve that and make that even better instead of degrading it, right? We owe them that much for getting us this far. So we have to think about our children and our ancestors at all times and remember that they and us, we are all one. You are me in another body. Like you are my reflection. Yeah. Like Blue is my reflection. Like,
shout out to Blue.
Straight up. But
DJ Blue in the building. Do you still go by DJ?
Shout out.
DJ Blue in the building.
Shout out to my girl Davi. Cause
yo, shout out to Davi, yo.
You heard? Yeah, she does big things too. I mean, she started the Murray Hillbilly, and that was a really good vegan place for everybody to
Oh,
gather
shit.
and
Oh,
try the vegan lifestyle.
I done heard of Mary Hillbilly. I ain't never go, but I heard because they started as a food truck, right? And then they got a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I know some people that like JD used to go there. That boy JD used to fuck with them boys heavy. That boy JD went vegan, but he definitely still like him a good hearty meal. You know what I'm saying? Still like a good heavy like a portobello burger type shit. Like, let me get that with some fries.
I would tear it up, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they had organic fries, like
Oh no, they were on the very high end on like whole food, like natural.
That
like,
was Davi. She has experience with working at Whole Foods, and she worked at Grassroots. And
Grassroots. I fuck with Grassroots because it's that local shit. I fuck with them boys. They got pretty good like flavored juices, like the combinations that they make. Are pretty good.
Yeah. Well, now that she's not doing the Murray Hillbilly or any of that, she's raising her child, and it's pretty amazing to see, because that's like what we want to do, is try and raise the children in a conscious way. And yeah, she's just been doing that and focusing on that. It's pretty outstanding, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. How long y'all been together?
It's been a long time. I think it's been like 3 years now. I met her at the Arlington mural, you know, the mural off the expressway.
Yeah, on the side of Plush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leopard Lounge, you know what I'm saying? It's on the back of Leopard Lounge. Yes, sir. Is it Leopard Lounge? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that shit fire. Nico did one of the you know Nico?
Yeah, I think that's who I was talking to when I met her.
Yeah, she's a muralist. And she
was there.
She done did like a lot of big work for people, bro. But like I went to a school with her one time, and we painted with the kids. Like we helped paint their hallway and stuff.
Wow.
Like they came up with a design, then we got there and Nico like traced it out on the wall, and then the kids like kind of chose the colors, and we'd kind of like, hey, you know, maybe the spaceship shouldn't be purple, you know, maybe let's make it a little more neutral, and then we'll give it purple wings, like, you know, that way it's still, you know what I'm saying, it looked good, but they designed it, you know what I'm saying, prior to us coming.
Purple everything.
And it was cool though, bro.
I would have did purple everything too, kids. I'm sorry.
Hey, I feel it, bro. But you know, the school, like, you know what I'm saying, they're like, hey, look, y'all could do it, but don't make it look crazy, you know what I'm saying? We have the superintendent coming here. We want him to go, wow, But yeah, no, that was cool, man. That's I gotta get Nico on a bit, but she don't even be in town like that. She actually, I was showing you earlier, Oak. The
Oak was fire. Thank you
so
for that.
That song Hoo Ha, the first video I played, that's from More Cowbell, which is an album produced by Self, who's another member of Squadron 4.
So raw.
So Self produced the entire album, and every song has a cowbell in it. So the album's called More Cowbell, and the cover, he actually went out to a farm and took a picture with a cow. So Nico helped design the theme for his mixtape release party. You know Strata? There's a Strata warehouse downtown by the stadium. Yeah. We got that and did his mixtape release there. And then we had like haystacks, and there was like painted cows, like carved cows of wood. Yes. And then we painted it to look like a cow, like, and we designed all that. That shit was so fun, bro. And we went to Tampa one time where Nico got like an award for like Artist of Florida. This award in Tampa. That was cool too.
Yeah, you gotta get Nico on the show. That'd be dope.
Yeah. No, that's the homie. That's the homie for sure. Shit, man, we running out of time. You got anything you want to leave off with the people? Well, about 60 seconds, maybe.
Yes, food combining is one of the last things I teach. This is about eating the juiciest fruits first. Fruit is always going to have to be eaten first. If you want to eat fruit, don't eat it for dessert after you had steak and potatoes, because there's going to be a fermentation. You want to eat what digests first. So juicier fruits, always you have that for breakfast. And if you're going to have a meal, we call it like a dense meal that's going to take longer to break down. You want to have it at noon when your digestive tract or your digestive system is at its peak with the sun. When the sun is at its peak, your digestion is, or as the last meal of the day, and not too late at night. Don't eat it at 10 o'clock at night. And chew it up very good, which is super chew. And just look into food combining, and that's it. And love yourself. Oh my, love yourself, please.
That's right. So for those kind of tips and more, make sure you follow Kam at Pure Life Kam on Instagram. That's PURELIFEKAM as in Mary. Make sure you follow Forecast Jacksonville. That's the number 4, CASTJACKSONVILLE. Make sure y'all tapped in. Come get you a shirt. August, $30 a piece, 2 for the 50. Make sure y'all tap in with Kam for some juice and support local shit, man. Go get you some stuff. Go to some events. Go support some local people instead of buying designer clothes. Y'all be trying to bargain with local people, and y'all drop a band on Amiri. Come on. Do better.
Duval County, baby.
Damn, I didn't mean to hit both.
Duval County, baby.
I can fix it in the post.
Duval County, baby.
Come on.